Your morning news now. A racially charged incident is leading to an investigation in the GET school district, according to the district administrator, Aaron Engel. The incident involving students at the high school happened earlier this week. News 8 Now spoke to the mother of the boy who was targeted, Amanda Redston. In a Facebook post made by Redston, she described in her own words what happened. Quote, "One boy took a picture of my son unknowingly in class, put a noose in the picture, as well as captioned it 'Tar and Feather This,' used a racial slur, and posted it to a group chat labeled Small Town Boys." The superintendent of the school district of Altoona, Daniel Peggs, is facing sex trafficking and production of child pornography charges. The federal indictment against Peggs alleges that he recruited and maintained an individual knowing that they were a minor and would be caused to engage in a commercial sex act. Peggs faces a minimum penalty of 10 years and a maximum of life in federal prison. A Monroe County couple accused of keeping their children in cages reaches a plea deal with prosecutors. Amy and Travis Hedrick pleaded guilty to 2 counts of neglecting a child and 1 count of false imprisonment. According to details in the complaint, the 5 children were zip-tied into cages and horse troughs in separate rooms. Some were wearing diapers. The couple is scheduled to be sentenced May 21st in Monroe County.
Not quite as cold this morning as the past 2. Now, a couple spots still below 0 like Eau Claire and Sparta, but 9 above in La Crosse, 16 already in Winona, thanks in part to some south to southwest winds, 5 to 15, gusting to 20 miles per hour. Of course, the trade-off, some wind chill factors in many spots in the single digits below 0.
Increased tensions between Iran and the United States could play a role in the final outcome of today's parliament election. Anti-U.S. candidates are expected to take the majority of seats after the disqualification of nearly 7,000 candidates, most of those reformists. Iran's election comes barely a month after President Donald Trump's decision to kill senior Iranian military commander Qasem Soleimani, bringing Washington and Tehran to the brink of war. And starting today, several countries will no longer be eligible for visas, allowing them to live in the United States permanently. The policy affects immigrants from Myanmar, Nigeria, Kyrgyzstan, Eritrea, Sudan, and Tanzania. Democratic presidential candidates are gearing up for this weekend's Nevada caucuses. Former New York City Mayor Mike Bloomberg is moving on after a rough first debate, saying he isn't going anywhere. All Democratic candidates are currently ahead of the president in Michigan and Pennsylvania, but trail him in Wisconsin.
Roger has a very good chance of exoneration, in my opinion.
Trump loyalist Roger Stone has been sentenced to 3 years and 4 months in prison, but it's unclear if he'll do the time. The political operative and longtime advisor to President Trump had no reaction as Judge Amy Berman Jackson sentenced him to 40 months behind bars. The judge also ordered Stone to pay a $20,000 fine and perform 250 hours of community service. Intelligence officials are warning U.S. lawmakers of interference attempts in the 2020 election. According to 3 officials familiar with the closed-door briefing, efforts are currently underway in Russia to help President Trump get reelected. The briefing raises questions about what kind of efforts are being made by the Trump administration to combat the interference. This spring, La Crosse is rolling out bike-sharing stations, which will be installed in multiple city parks for a small fee. People can rent one for the day, and the bikes can be returned to any of the locations. The program is under a 2-year trial period. It's being paid for by donations and sponsorships and will be maintained with rental fees.
The ending goal is to continue making Spring Grove a vibrant community.
With a growing community and an established business district, Spring Grove is looking to create a chamber of commerce. For the last 2 years, volunteers have been busy researching and planning for a chamber. The volunteer group will focus on organizing and fundraising. They hope to hire a part-time director for the chamber this year.
Skies remain clear this morning, and like yesterday, we will see plenty of sunshine. Also much warmer, a high of 37, but breezy conditions, of course, will make it feel a bit chillier. Mild for this time of year for the weekend. 41 tomorrow, 43 on Sunday.
Thank you so much for sharing your Friday morning with us. We hope that you have a great weekend. We'll look forward to seeing you right back here on Monday morning.